Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. I am Carol Williams with Williams Immigration, and we are back this Monday morning with Beyond the Soundbite, where we talk about all things U.S. immigration, and we just talk about what's been going on in the past week or so prior. So let's dive right in. The H-1B Lottery, which I think has been the hottest immigration news the past couple of weeks. USCIS ran the lottery last week. They ran both Masters Cap and regular Cap. And they also announced that they have received enough registrations within the lottery to fulfill the 85,000 H-1Bs that will, or hopefully will be approved this upcoming fiscal year. So as of right now, they are not pulling any more lottery numbers. If you have not logged into your account, if you have not received a notification, I encourage you to log into your My USCIS account and double check. If it still says submitted, if your status is saying submitted, then you were not selected. It will remain as submitted until they finally close out the lottery at the end of the fiscal year. So last year was the first time in, I can't even remember how long, maybe even ever, that they allowed a second running of the lottery. But the second running of the lottery is only for those individuals that put their names into the hat in the beginning, back in the end of, in March. So if we see an opening up of the lottery, it may be the middle of summer like it was last year, but that is in no way, shape, or form guaranteed. So if you have been selected for the lottery and you need some assistance with getting that application filed, or you were not selected with the lottery and you want to talk about what's your plan B, feel free to give my office a call and we are more than happy to have that conversation with you. And we can be reached at 954-903-1337. We also had some more good news last week. It is official. USCIS will stop rejecting applications that have blank spaces for some of the questions. And that was instituted under the prior White House administration. And what the agency was doing under the prior White House administration was rejecting applications if there was a blank space in the application that did not say NA for not applicable. Even if you were reading the application and it made sense that box should not have been checked because it was not truly applicable at all. But now the agency has stopped that policy. And to clarify, rejection is different from denial. Rejection means that USCIS opens the file, skims it, and decides that there is something facially wrong with the file. Maybe there's not. Maybe the filing fees aren't correct. Maybe you don't have all the forms that you need. Maybe you don't have any forms. So that then they send the entire application back to you, including the filing fee checks. Well, this turnaround takes a long time, and it was wreaking havoc. So we are very ecstatic as an immigration bar that this will no longer be happening. That said, immigration has been very, very clear that if required spaces are left blank, applications can in fact be returned. If you fail to respond to questions that should be responded to, they will return the application. And if any of the initial evidence that is required for an application is missing, those applications can also be rejected. So just remember that this is not we can just file anything and they'll accept it. No, but they will not reject for a blank space that does not have NA in it. So that is great news for us. More great news that came last week were H's and L's. The prior White House administration had a travel ban, and actually just prior to leaving office, extended that travel ban until March 31st for H-1Bs and L-1s. They have been unable to go to the consulate or enter the U.S. if they needed a new visa for quite some time, since last year. So the current White House administration under President Biden simply let that proclamation end and did not renew it. So we're quite excited about that. Now we are looking to see if DHS and the Department of State are going to institute anything that will help these individuals obtain their visas in a COVID-safe manner. We understand that consulates are still not operating at full steam. Some of them are still closed. Some of them are only taking emergency cases. We understand that. So we're hoping that DHS and Department of State will come up with some sort of workaround, again, that is COVID safe, so that we can get H's and L individuals into the US and start working for their employers. So that was great news. The other thing that we heard out of the immigration system as a whole is that they are extending their flexibility for I-9 compliance. And that flexibility essentially allows for individuals to review the I-9 supporting documents without being in person. Again, they have extended this flexibility so that everyone is safe because of the pandemic. So if you have any questions about how to fill out your I-9s, if you're working with remote employees, feel free to give my office a call. We're happy to talk with you about that, and we can be reached at 954-903-1337. And the last thing I wanted to talk about today are receipt notices. They are still taking a while. The backlog is still very much there. My office, conservatively, we're seeing our receipt notices come back in about 1 to 2 months. So it's coming down a little bit from that 90-day plus mark. But we certainly do have a few outliers, but on average, we're seeing our receipt notices come in 1 to 2 months. So that is something that, if we need a receipt notice for something, we plan ahead for that. So that, folks, is all I have for today. It's kind of quick, but some really good news. So we've got I-9 flexibility when we're hiring new employees. The receipt notice time seems to be coming down a teeny bit, which is good news. The H&L travel ban is no more, which is excellent news. And no more rejections for having blank spaces that, or spaces that don't have NA on forms. And the H-1b Lottery has been conducted. So if you have any immigration-related issues that you need to discuss, or if you have questions, feel free to put those questions in the comments. I do go back and look at them. Or you are welcome to call my office at 954-903-1337. And I am Carol Williams with Williams Immigration, and this has been another Monday morning of Beyond the Soundbite. Feel free to click like, click share with a colleague or a friend that you think may find this information helpful. Have a great week, and I will see you next Monday. Bye.